All right, here with Tallwood head football coach John Kepple as the Lions are gearing up for the 2023 campaign, competing in this Landstown Team Camp. Coach, you've done it for many, many years, Old Dominion, Portsmouth, all these different places, but it's got to be nice here to be in the beach, not have to travel too far, and then also see some teams you won't play during the season as you prep for the campaign coming up.
Right, definitely. It's nice to see somebody new. It's exciting to see, the beach teams getting together to put this on. This is an excellent opportunity for us. But obviously to get in there and work with somebody different, see somebody we're not going to see, just see some different stuff. But it's a great working camp. Everybody's, we're slowing things down when we need to, but trying to get something out of it.
Yeah, I even mentioned to you back in May and June, your team showed a lot of promise catching the football in the 7-on-7 passing league that Coach Neese runs at Kepple. Does a nice job with that, getting about a dozen teams out there. That feels like, even though you're known for being a physical team at Tallwood, running the football the years of Breon Mosley, Gunnar White, something that could be a little bit of a nice plus to have these receivers that catch the ball and make some plays in space?
Yeah, definitely. We've got some really good receivers coming back. We were young last year. We've been young for a couple of years. We've got some experience at quarterback with both Rojas and Mittenall, a young kid in 10th grader, so we've got to have good quarterbacks there. So we've got some guys that can do some things in space. I'm pretty excited with what they're playing.
And when you have a versatile player who's going to be, I think, a 4-year starter now in Reginald Custalow, it's got to be a luxury because you can line him up at different positions and it's a guessing game for the opposing defense or the opposing offense, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We can do a lot of things with him. He'll play some quarterback. He'll play running back. He's played some slot for us and receiver. But he'll do the same thing on defense. He'll play safety. He'll play linebacker. So we can do a lot of stuff based around his abilities.
Not the only young man getting some interest for the next level. I know he's got some high grades, some smarts. Tell me about a couple of in the trenches players that people should be keeping an eye out for.
Yeah, Tavin Whitehead. He's worked real hard this offseason. I mean, he's had an incredible weight room opportunity. He's already got a couple offers in some D2 schools. A lot of D1 schools looking at him. I think he's kind of a wait-and-see guy. For some of those guys, they just want to see what he can do. I think he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be really impressive this year. Luke Beachum's another one that's getting a lot of looks, big physical tight end for us, plays some D-line also for us. He had a great 7-on-7, catching a lot of balls. So at 6'5", 6'6", able to catch about 270, can catch the ball, run and block. He's going to be able to do a lot of stuff.
Couple more for your appreciate your time. You, as the head coach now, this is going to be what year for you at Tallwood? You've been here quite a long time, right?
Yeah,
it's about 12, 13, it's going on a number of years, right?
Yeah, so as head coach, I think I'm in that area of right around 12. But at Tallwood, I'm over 20.
So when you go into these type of situations for your 2 preseason scrimmages in August, what are you looking for? A surprise player? What guys can and can't do? What's the biggest thing you and your staff sit down when it's all said and done and try to evaluate with it?
We start with looking at our team. We like to look for those leaders, find those guys that are really going to be true leaders for us, and really get those guys. We try to meet with those guys and get them to get the young guys and the other players involved. And then we're looking for guys, like everybody, looking for those playmakers to go out there and make plays, but then trying to figure out what everybody's really good at, putting guys in the right position, the right spot, so they can be successful. What obviously it turns out for us to be successful.
And lastly, I know your best role is relishing being that underdog, flying under the radar, and then biting some teams, if you will, catching them off guard as that upset special, which you've done a number of times over the years. And you play, I think, the way your schedule is, it's Cork with the Beach 2 years in a row of the cycle. You play, I think, 10 in a row because you have that bye to begin the year.
Absolutely.
Tell me about what's going to kind of determine the level of success you have as far as you look at the overview, kind of crystal balling it a little bit as far as offensively, defensively, what will matter if you're going to win X amount of games.
Well, last year having that bye the first week, we unfortunately lost a scrimmage, our second scrimmage, so we played August, I think it was maybe 10th, and then we didn't play Bayside until almost September. Okay. So we had a long stretch. What was their fourth game was our second, counting scrimmages. So, we're looking for being able, getting 2 good scrimmages in, having a good bye week, coming into the season a little bit better off. I think we were experienced at the line and at running back with Marquise and Coley last year. We've got some of our skill guys, our quarterbacks. So I think that's going to change things, that we're going to be able to do a little bit more earlier, where last year we kind of had to wait and see to figure out what those skill guys.
A little more balance, right? Yeah. Well, all the best to you in the Lions, and hopefully we'll see that roar come August. Thanks so much.
Right. All right. Thanks.